Hello and welcome to the Talking It Up Show, real talk by real people on real issues. I'm your host, Arlene Edwards, and I have some very, very special guests with me today. Paige Miller, she's the development director for Hope House in Augusta, GA, and Hawthorne Welcher Jr. He's the interim director of Augusta Housing and Community Development. And of course, Dr. Dan Power of Wellness. So all of this will happen today. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these messages.
Talking it up. We are talking it up. We are talking it up. We are talking it up.
I'm Reverend K.B. Martin, pastor of the Antioch Baptist Church. I want to personally extend an invitation to you to join us in our weekly services, 7:45 and 10:45 a.m. worship, Bible study, Tuesday 6 p.m., and 1 hour in the Word Saturday at 9 a.m. Antioch is the church that reaches out.
Did you know in the United States someone dies in a drunk driving accident every 52 minutes? I know the statistics all too well. We represent the innocent victims of alcohol-related crashes. We see firsthand the devastation that alcohol can cause for victims and their families. Too often it leads to serious injuries or worse. On behalf of the Chandler Law Firm, a law firm representing injured people, we urge you, please don't drink and drive.
Live in studio with Paige Miller, a development manager, a director of Hope House. Did I get it right?
You did.
Welcome. I'm so glad that you could be with me today.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Tell us about Hope House, because I did some research and I've gone on the website, and there is a moniker or a motto or a slogan, and it closely relates to what it is that I'm doing. Tell us about Hope House, and please, please, please tell us about that motto.
Absolutely. So Hope House is a nonprofit residential and intensive outpatient treatment facility for women 18 years and older who suffer from substance abuse and mental health disorders.
Okay.
So our ultimate goal is to help them get sober and self-sufficient.
Right.
And our motto that you were talking about is real lives, real help, real recovery. So it does like
real talk by real people and real issues, right?
Absolutely. So we've been in the community for 22 years.
Really?
Actually, 23, I'm sorry. Yes, since 1992.
Wow.
So we started in a little yellow house on Milledgeville Road, and we moved around to Wrightsboro, and now we're on Highland Avenue in Augusta. And so we went from serving about 10 families up to 18, and now we have a 42-unit apartment complex.
Wow.
Where we can serve families.
So the need has really pretty much mushroomed
It really has.
over the years.
And we've continued to grow. We actually still see a need. We actually keep a waiting list continuously, but we serve single women, pregnant women, and women with children from the state of Georgia. And we've just, over the past couple of years, we've seen that need grow, but we've also seen community support grow, and we've been able to serve more women that way.
Wow. Now, you're saying you're servicing the state of Georgia. That's not huge. That's massive.
It is, yeah.
So how do you get your referrals, if you don't mind my asking?
So our main referral source is the Department of Family and Children's Services,
Right.
so DFACS.
Right.
We also receive referrals from the Augusta Judicial Circuit Drug Court, and then also we receive referrals from individuals themselves.
Right.
They can come from jail or prison. There are just certain offenders that we cannot serve because
Right.
we have kids on site.
Exactly.
But we do any referral source, friends, churches, anyone, anybody that knows about Hope House, they generally refer someone that needs our services to us.
Wow. So what's the length of time that someone can stay at Hope House?
Our residential program is 6 months long, and our outpatient program is up to 24 months.
Really?
It is, and our average stay is about 9 months for someone to live on our campus, and then we'll generally follow them for 6 months to a year.
Really?
Discharge, so we can continue to make sure that they're successful.
Yeah, I hate to keep saying really. I said I was going to stop saying wow. So I guess I've chosen really to take the place of wow. And the reason why I'm just so moved is that it is a secret, but it's not a secret. And I do know that you have to be protective of your residents, because a lot of them have children, and some of them may be in a situation where they've gotten out of a bad situation.
And that is the case. Sometimes we have domestic violence issues that come
Right.
to us. We have people that don't have the best backgrounds, don't have the best friends or relatives or
Right.
anything. So our facility really is to keep them safe. It
Right.
gives them a safe, stable environment
Right.
for them and their children. But then they have the opportunity to get sober, self-sufficient, and able to cope and deal with issues like everybody else.
Right.
And this really, this program is helping our neighbors, our daughters,
Yeah.
our church members, friends,
Yeah.
sisters, aunts. Everybody knows someone. More than 65% of Americans are affected by substance use disorder. So it's huge in the
That's
numbers.
a high percentage. It really is.
It's-
And it seems to affect all walks of life.
It does.
We're not just talking about an indigent population.
Mm-hmm.
It hits everybody. And depending on the terms of events that occur in their lives, you can find yourself in that position.
Absolutely.
Wow. So do you have volunteers?
We do.
Mm-hmm.
So we have volunteers that do a lot of different things in our organization.
Right.
We actually have a community garden that volunteers come out and help us plant every April. And then we actually have the Augusta Women's Club. They help us manage that as well. They come and teach our ladies how to take care of the garden,
Yes.
different recipes that they can use. But then we have opportunities for people to come and work in our child care center just to read to our kids.
Yeah.
That's extremely important
Yeah.
for their development. To rock our babies. That's an
Yeah.
opportunity for volunteers, for them to bond. And then also we have special events that we do that people can volunteer with, and then throughout the holidays they can also volunteer with us.
So there are ongoing events and there are ongoing opportunities for someone to find their niche, to become a volunteer and to really piggyback on what Hope House is doing for its residents.
Absolutely.
Giving hope. Now, funding, benefactors. I know there are a lot of people that are always looking for an opportunity to support an organization like Hope House. Are there opportunities available, and how would somebody go about sponsoring or funding or being a benefactor for Hope House?
There are several opportunities. We are a United Way agency, so we
Okay.
do receive funding from
Okay.
them. We have events, like I mentioned, we have our Rally for Recovery every
Yeah.
September, which is National Recovery Month. Businesses, individuals, they can sponsor that event. We also have our Red Ribbon Run,
Yes.
which is in October to celebrate Red Ribbon Week for
Right.
our kids, because
Right.
we know our kids are more likely to repeat this cycle, and that's what we don't
Of
want
course.
to see them again in 18
Of course.
years. And that's part of what our program does, is to help prevent the onset of substance use with our children. And then we also have opportunities for people to sponsor. Like right now, we have a back to school supply drive. We have the book bags, but we need the supplies for
You need
our
to have those
kids.
bags stuffed.
Absolutely. And then we also just have different opportunities. We have churches that sponsor care packages. Individuals can do that as well. But for every dollar that's invested in substance use disorder treatment,
Yeah.
society and taxpayers save $7.46.
Wow.
So the numbers are massive, and we're really helping local women. So
Yeah, well, I think it's probably more than that dollar amount, because there was a organization that I had on the radio broadcast, and they would go into the prisons, and there were men in some instances and women that were there, and their heads were completely white, but they never had that kind of person to come into their life to give them hope. So when they get it, even if it's behind the prison walls, and most of them had been in the penal system from children to now being seniors. So you all are doing a whole lot more than just that dollar amount.
Absolutely.
You just don't know the great job that you're doing, and I want to thank you for doing it. Contact information that people can get so that they can support, whether it's a volunteer or a benefactor, or there may be someone that can use the resources at the Hope House.
So our website is a great resource, and it's www.hopehouseaugusta.org.
Yeah.
And then myself, Paige Miller, or anyone in our development team, we have Bailey Reddy and Jessica Brown. Somebody can call our number, which is 706-737-9879, and learn anything about donating, volunteering, just getting involved in any way, shape, or form with our clients that are there and then our organization.
Awesome, Paige. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for giving hope. I need to get with you after the show, and I want to assist in any way that we can
Absolutely.
with
We
the
would
back
love
to
for
school
you to.
drive and
Yes.
other things that we can coordinate and interface with.
That would be great.
Hope House, you have hope, and I hope that you stay with us. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back after this.
Talking it up. We are talking it up.
Probably the best thing that happened to me after I retired was enrolling in the Nuclear Care Partners program.
Living with a chronic illness is a challenge not only for the patient, but it becomes a diagnosis for the whole family.
One of the main things is their encouragement and their willingness to help me.
So if you or someone you know was a former Department of Energy worker, we would encourage you to make the call and get some information.
We're excellent nurses, and we just care deeply about this population.
Fly Augusta Regional Airport. It's good for the community.
Before I fly, I always check flyags.com.
Fly local, fly global.
It's my hometown airport with worldwide jet service.
Easy in, easy out.
Lower fares.
Better reliability.
Fast, friendly, secure.
Every time you fly out of Augusta Regional Airport, you're supporting our community.
Augusta Regional Airport. Fly there, fly home.
We are back, and this color coordinating thing, I'm just loving it. You know, I think everybody's on the same sheet of paper. I want to welcome Mr. Hawthorne Welcher Jr.,
yes, ma'am.
Interim Director, Augusta Housing and Community Development.
That is correct.
I'm telling you, this is awesome. Now, did you think that you were coming for an audition to be a model?
Well, you know, I just try to at all times stay camera ready as much as I can.
You do?
Yes, ma'am.
Because you represent the city of Augusta.
At all times, and I'm just so happy and overjoyed to actually be a public servant for the city of Augusta and working in one of the 50-plus city departments.
Wow.
Once again, it's the Housing and Community Development Department, where our mission is, I really believe in our mission, I really do.
Yeah.
And when it talks about to create positive change by promoting self-sufficiency, that's very strong.
Yeah.
And we do that by partnering through economic development, quality housing, and neighborhood reinvestment.
Yeah, you know what got me in just that little capsule?
What's that?
Public servant. That's few and far between.
Yep.
Where people want to be a public. They don't mind being a public figure.
That's right.
You know, that's someplace else. But to consider yourself a public servant, that speaks volumes to me. That you're passionate about what you do.
Mm-hmm.
So let's pull back the layers about the department that you work in.
Okay.
And let us know all those. Well, you can't tell us all the intricate details, but you know, when we see the title, it can be intimidating.
It can.
And people that really don't understand the process may not make an effort to interface with you because it's like, oh my God, that's a big entity.
That is correct. You know, one of the things that I would first say is City of Augusta actually is an entitlement city.
Yeah.
Which basically means that we don't have to apply for an annual allocation of HUD funding.
Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Yeah, so just based on population size and based on HUD's formula, we just receive a direct allocation.
Okay.
And that funding actually comes through 4 different main programs.
Okay.
One would be the Home Investment Partnership Program.
Mm-hmm.
The second would be the Community Development Block Grant Program.
Mm-hmm.
The third would be the Emergency Solutions Grant Program. And the fourth one is housing opportunities for persons with AIDS.
Oh my God, I didn't know that was available.
So that is one program. That's the newest one.
That's the newest one.
And to be honest with you, it may be sad to say, you know, but it is true and it's public information. While most of the other 3 programs that I mentioned, they actually, the allocations that were received, they're going down on an annual basis. The housing opportunity for persons with AIDS has continued to increase.
Because of the number of people that need the services.
Yes.
Oh, staggering.
Yes. And, you know, one of the things that's important that I would like for, you know, the public to know is that when they think about our department, one of the things here recently, we were involved with the Laney Walker Bethlehem Revival.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
We're talking about, I've been here soon to be 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And the Laney Walker Bethlehem area looked nothing like it did 10 years ago.
That's right.
And it seems as if though I did this and bam.
Yep.
Seamless, but so impressive.
We definitely have to thank, you know, the former mayor, and we have to thank our commissioners and administrator because they're the ones who made a commitment. Commitment back in 2007 to commit $37.5 million to an area with the hopes of bringing back $100 million worth of projects.
Right.
So that project is actually moving well. We're actually working in 6, what we call 6 developmental nodes. And, one of the things about the revitalization project that I always like to say is we're in Lanny Walker, Bethlehem today, but it's a revitalization model that can actually be used in other historic areas as well.
Exactly, and that's what I think will start happening. I'm from a historic city. And if they would, I'm from New Orleans.
Wow.
If they would take that model.
The Big Easy.
Big Easy. I don't know about the Big Easy. I call it the Gumbo City. Nothing about New Orleans was easy. But if they could take that model, especially in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, and apply it.
Yep.
Can you imagine what the development and redevelopment of that city would look like?
Well, one of the things that's very, very important to understand, as I indicated, is that I don't want to totally focus on Lanny Walker.
Yeah.
It's definitely important.
Yeah.
But, one thing that I want to say is that we're not just in Lanny Walker, Bethlehem.
Yeah.
But we are there to service the entire Augusta Richmond County.
Right.
And we have other programs and products as well. We also have what is called a homeowner rehabilitation program.
Yes. I know of some people that were able to access the resources.
Yes, ma'am.
And they were, 62 and over? Is there an age or income?
It's based on total household income.
Total household income. Okay. And we're talking about transforming lives because the resources are not there for those individuals.
That's right.
To be able to get a contractor to come in to pay for supplies to get all of that done, because if they had it, they would have done it. Who wants their house to just go into disrepair?
That is correct. With that program, it's probably one of our most popular programs, and I say that because most of the time it is used primarily by those persons who are not looking for home ownership.
Yeah.
But what they are looking for is to have those health and safety type issues to their home cured.
Right.
So this is a way they can get up to $32,000, $35,000 if qualified.
Whoa. You said 32 to 35,000?
Yes, ma'am.
You meant to say that?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not talking about 3,200?
No, ma'am.
Wow, that's awesome.
I guess our phones will start ringing.
Is that what you want?
Almost immediately. That is what I want.
Good deal.
That's what I want.
Good deal.
As I indicated, and I tell anybody, don't you try to figure out your situation from a community development, economic development, or just from a housing standpoint.
Yeah.
Bring your issue to us.
Wow.
Let us sort through the problem and pretty much work with you to come to an amenable solution.
Yeah. I'm sitting here looking at you, and I'm seeing someone that could be the next governor of Georgia. I don't know if that's your aspiration, but your passion and to be a public servant speaks volumes.
Yes, ma'am.
Not just in what you say, I see it. I really, really see it. Contact information. You've touched a lot of areas, and there's still so many more that you haven't touched because we just have a short window of time. But anything that I can do to help you get word out, any support that I can give you or garner for you, you got me. You got it.
I will welcome that.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. But give contact information, websites, and all of that.
Okay. Website www.augustaga.gov, and from there you can go to departments. And the departments, you can go to Housing and Community Development Department. Our direct number is area code 706-821-1797.
Awesome. There's a saying that you had, and I thought it was something else. But do you mind sharing it because
Not a problem.
That really speaks to your character?
No, not a problem. Just a model that I live by every day, and that is just no pressure, no diamonds.
No pressure, no diamond. Hawthorne Welcher Jr., Interim Director. Thank you so much, Augusta Housing and Community Development. Did I get that right?
Yes, ma'am. You got
I appreciate you so much. Red tie. You tried it, socks and all. Stop the bottom. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after the break.
Talking it up. We are talking it up.
Thanks, CSRA.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We're proud of the Augusta Regional Airport, and we thank you for checking flyages.com every time.
Worldwide jet service.
Easy in, easy out.
Lower fares.
Better reliability.
Fast, friendly, secure.
When you fly out of Augusta, you're supporting our community.
Buy local, fly global.
Augusta Regional Airport. Fly there, fly home.
Probably the best thing that happened to me after I retired was enrolling in the Nuclear Care Partners program.
Living with a chronic illness is a challenge not only for the patient, but it becomes a diagnosis for the whole family.
One of the main things is their encouragement and their willingness to help me.
So if you or someone you know was a former Department of Energy worker, we would encourage you to make the call and get some information.
We're excellent nurses, and we just care deeply about this population.
We're back, and it's time for the Power Wellness segment with Dr. Dan, Aiken Chiropractic. Dr. Dan, how are you?
Great. How about yourself?
You just make me smile because you're always smiling.
Well, thank you.
And even in Aiken Chiropractic's office, this is what you get.
True.
We had a viewer. This is funny. I don't really know how to take that now, just thinking about it. She says they never show your feet when you're talking to Dr. Dan. She said, I wonder if Dr. Dan looks at your feet when you have those heels on. I said, well, Dr. Dan is my chiropractor, so he gives an adjustment based on that patient. It's really, it's not cookie cutter.
No, it's not.
Because all of your patients are not wearing stilettos. So people, women that wear heels, you can do something for them in that adjustment.
Well, I'm glad you asked that. I have a lot to say on that topic.
I hope I didn't open a can of worms and I'm going to be it.
Well, I mean, if they can see your shoes you're wearing, that's not something you will probably walk in a lot. But it's important. And if you remember, when you come and you get adjusted, I actually adjust your ankles and feet as well.
Exactly.
We actually adjust the whole body, whatever needs to be done pretty much each visit. And I do extremities. We could adjust extremities. People sometimes think chiropractic is just for the spine, but it's not. You can adjust pretty much any joint in the body.
Exactly.
Now, why are feet so important? Well, because it's your posture. Everything rests on your feet. So if your feet are not taken care of properly, the whole body, will suffer. You'll have problems with, if you have problems with your feet or balance or proper posture, you'll have problems with your knees, your hips, your lower back, your neck, and everything else. So it's really like a foundation for the whole spine. So, when it comes to women and they wear, heels, the things I've read in the literature, if the heel is 2 inches or greater, it's enough already to imbalance, your spine because it causes strain on certain muscles and
2 inches or greater.
These are probably.
Don't say it. Don't say it, Dr.
Which looks great, but it's not good for you. So
don't say that.
But this is just for show. But, it's better to wear more comfortable flat shoes. And, I got those. These are the shoes I wear at work, and these are just really comfortable. And, I like them for that. But, everything starts with the feet. So 2 inches or greater the heel, the problems are going to start. So what do we do chiropractically for that? There's several bones in the area that we can adjust, that I adjust in my office. I check your talus, which is really this bone around here, around your ankle, like right here. There's also calcaneus in the back, which is your heel. We do certain bones in this area. One of the biggest ones that pops out of alignment right here is called navicular. And there are 3 little ones over here called cuneiform. So we adjust those as well. Then we work our way down here to the ball of the foot on the opposite side, and those are called metatarsals. So we adjust those as well. So you can adjust all of those, and people respond pretty good for that. I've been, adjusting extremities, for years, and it's very important to, do that as well, in addition to the spine. Sometimes people come to us and they don't really complain about feet hurting or ankle. They think of, the back or what have you.
Exactly.
And I check it anyway. And if it causes like clicking and crunchy noises, there could be some scar tissue there that's developed over time that we can loosen up. We're going to realign the bones, get the mechanics better when you're walking, and it will really help with everything. We have patients, pretty much women, that were told they may have to have some kind of surgery, and we adjusted them, and they were able to just.
It wasn't necessary.
It wasn't necessary because we adjusted. That's what was the problem in that case. In those cases. Also, plantar fasciitis. That's pretty important. Plantar fascia is a broad ligament on the sole of the foot, like on the bottom, and depending on the kind of shoes we wear, you cause tension on the ligament. It can inflame. And it causes a lot of pain and discomfort down there. So we do an adjustment. We do some therapy for that, like the ultrasound. And we give them certain exercises exercises, and that will also be helped as well. So parental fish house is pretty good.
Awesome. Well, we want to thank the viewer that pointed out about my high heels. And something came up in this segment. I'd like for us to talk about the next segment. Sure. Yeah, if you are a woman wearing heels 2 inches or more, Aiken Chiropractic, 425 Lawrence Street in Aiken, South Carolina, 803-641-9191.
Perfect.
Dr. Dan, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after the break.
Talking it up. We are talking it up.
Did you know in the United States someone dies in a drunk driving accident every 52 minutes? I know the statistics all too well. We represent the innocent victims of alcohol-related crashes. We see firsthand the devastation that alcohol can cause for victims and their families. Too often it leads to serious injuries or worse. On behalf of the Chandler Law Firm, a law firm representing injured people, we urge you, please don't drink and drive.
I'm Reverend K.B. Martin, pastor of the Antioch Baptist Church. I want to personally extend an invitation to you to join us in our weekly services, 7:45 and 10:45 a.m. worship, Bible study Tuesday 6 p.m., and 1 hour in the Word Saturday at 9 a.m. Antioch is the church that reaches out.
Hello, everybody. This is Jordan Sherman with your Life Coaching Minute. We're so glad to be here today, and we're going to talk about self-treating today. We're in the South. Everybody thinks it's the best thing since sliced bread to treat yourself. Oh, you don't need to go to the doctor for that. Oh, you don't need to talk to anybody for that. And sometimes that's true. But what about those times when you do? Today I want to encourage you to have the courage that even when you've been trying to treat yourself and work on it yourself, if you haven't been able to crack it just yet, you don't have to keep going at it alone. Reach out to somebody. This may be a good time to talk to a friend, find a counselor, call a life coach, whatever you need to do. Get involved with somebody who's interested in you being helped, you reaching your truest potential, and you achieving the greatness that's really inside of you. Hey, once again, this is Jordan Sherman with your Life Coaching Minute. Until the next time, have a great day.
Oh, had a great time today. Hawthorne Welcher Jr., the interim director, he could be GQ. Such humility. He calls himself a public servant, and you can see it. And I want to thank Hawthorne Welcher Jr. and those that work with him at Augusta Housing and Community Development for what they do. Paige Miller as well. And it was almost like a family reunion when they were in the studio. Development Director of Hope House and Dr. Dan Power Wellness. I find out that you all pay attention. So if you're wearing those high heels, you better call Dr. Dan. We'll see you next week. Same time, same channel, CW, for the More Talking It Up show with me, Arlene Edwards. Have a great weekend.
Hope House of Augusta, Georgia announces our Back to School Drive. Our kids have backpacks, but they're empty. Please help us fill them with items from their school supply list. For more information, contact Bailey at 706-737-9879 or go online to hopehouseaugusta.org. Thank you for helping us fill our kids' backpacks.